These high-value digital losses occur when a user unknowingly authorizes an outbound transfer while expecting a full refund. India's Unified Payments Interface, or UPI, handles 81% of all retail digital payments. It is the baseline infrastructure for every layer of the economy, from street vendors to enterprise supply chains. This widespread adoption creates a persistent psychological blind spot. Many users believe that scanning a QR code or entering a PIN is a verification step required to receive incoming funds. The reverse QR trap is a social engineering exploit that targets the user's perception to bypass security protocols. Traditional IT security measures are incapable of preventing these losses because the system sees a valid user authorization rather than a technical breach. The UPI architecture is a one-way gate. In this system, entering a PIN exclusively authorizes an outward push of funds from your account. Scammers weaponize the collect request feature to pull money, disguising the debit request as a refund or cashback notification. This leads to the 3-second trap. The urgency of claiming a refund causes the user to ignore the technical distinction between a pay screen and a receive screen. Throughout this interaction, the core cryptographic rails and the NPCI systems governing the transaction remain completely secure. Because these are authorized but unintended transactions, the money moves through mule accounts within seconds, making the funds nearly impossible to recover once the PIN is entered. Organizations must transition to a risk intelligence posture. Moving beyond reactive incident response requires active behavioral conditioning across the entire workforce. This begins with the zero-scan rule. For the purpose of receiving funds, a user is never required to scan a QR code or enter a PIN. PIN equals payment. For corporate teams, the maker-checker protocol provides a structural defense. Splitting payment initiation and authorization between two independent roles eliminates the risk of a single point of human failure. Resilience comes from understanding the tool to identify threats before they materialize, rather than relying on reporting after the loss has occurred. In a high-velocity digital landscape, a proactive culture is the only viable defense, ensuring every team member knows that entering a PIN is the functional equivalent of handing over cash.